and we're coming to you this time from Iceland, land of the waterfall. Alright, we're at the Skogafoss waterfall on the south coast of Iceland. We're going to talk a little bit more about photographing waterfalls.
Waterfalls are always a favorite subject to photograph for the landscape photographer because they represent the power and the awe of nature. But they can present some challenges for you personally, and your gear, and your creative decision process.
Now, one of the things you need to watch out with waterfalls is spray coming off of the falls. So scout the area first, figure out how close you can get without getting your camera gear too wet.
Now, when you are in Iceland, a great place to start is Waterfalls, one of the largest waterfalls in northern Iceland. It was also the location for filming the opening sequence of the Ridley Scott movie, Prometheus.
Get out here, you can get some great views of these massive waterfalls without the risk of having spray coming down on your lens. The breeze in this location and the flow of the water makes it easy to have that opportunity to photograph a massive fall, but without getting completely doused during the process.
Now, fortunately, there are a variety of waterfalls in Iceland where you can photograph from a safe distance and incorporate the majesty of the waterfalls, the surrounding landscape, and not be at risk of getting doused by the spray.
Sometimes in order to get the shot, you've got to get really close to that waterfall. And if you want to capture this iconic waterfall on the south coast of Iceland, you're going to need a few tips in order to keep you and your gear protected.
Now, while I'm inside the spray zone at Seljalandsfoss, I actually cover my camera and lens with a clear plastic bag. That way, once I'm in position, I can look through the plastic bag to see the LCD display on the back of my camera. I use live view to compose the image, and once my composition is set, I lift up the plastic bag off the lens briefly, take the picture, and cover it again. I'll repeat this as necessary in order to get the shots that I want, while also frequently checking the face of my lens to make sure it is free of spray.
So what kind of waterfall image do you want to create? You want to capture the smooth, silky waterfall, or the one where the water droplets are frozen in time like the way our eyes see water? I'll talk a little bit about the exposure techniques you need to capture either one of those.
In order to create that smooth, silky look, you need a slower shutter speed. So start in aperture priority mode, set to f16 at ISO 100, and your target is around a half a second or slower, depending on the volume and the speed of the water. If that doesn't slow things down enough for you, you can also add on a polarizing filter to lose another stop of light or so, or even a neutral density filter. Some go as high as 10 stops, so even in broad daylight, you can really slow things down. But if you are looking to stop that action, stay in aperture priority mode, but now increase your ISO and shoot for a target shutter speed of about 1/250th of a second or faster.
Well, I hope you enjoyed these tips from Iceland on how to photograph waterfalls. Now, if I've missed anything you're curious about, shoot me an email and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Until next time, happy shooting.